Hi, welcome to another episode video of my BeagleBoard and fischertechnik rower interface in combination with a carriage with propeller that I constructed, and it's using a monorail being propelled by one propeller. And last time I reversed the motor and propeller to see whether the speed would improve, and if so, how. And then I managed to find, or I did find, some peculiarity with how the stability of the carriage is with the motor. So, to demonstrate that once again, I'll start the program. And this is one issue. And for some reason this happens, that it will not run as smooth as possible, and when I turn it a little bit, and you can also see the stability versus instability. Right, then this happens. It runs a little bit. So let me get you a little bit different view of the whole situation. Now it runs completely. So the where and how is not really clear. Why this runs the way it runs, and then I turn it a little bit, and then it runs further. These things should not happen. Let me turn it somewhat further, and then you see the propeller. I'll shed some more light. And well, as you can see, the speed is not as smooth. Well, speed is smooth, movement is smooth or not, but the way the speed goes is not quite the way you should expect it. And apart from that, this, depending on the way of the direction of the propeller, isn't very clear either. So now it's standing still again with the propeller running as fast as it can. Anyway, let's take a look at the code again to see if we can solve something. And with the device still running, you may hear it in the microphone of the headset. It's a standstill. Now I'm not going to touch the carriage, I'm just like I did on camera turn the whole setup a little bit, and then you see that the distance does change. Here it is 11, here it is 3, back to 11. I turn it back, and for some reason it is a standstill. I turn it again, and there it goes, clearly with a distance of 12, no less, and the minimum distance of 3. So of course the big question is, why this difference? If it would be the carriage or the wheels of the carriage, there should be no difference. Yet all I have to do is to change the position on the table of the whole setup, and you have this very nice result. By the way, I'm still waiting for the 810 combination. And that is a nice thing too, because what I realize now by looking not in the length but in the breadth of the whole system, actually it is the length of the system, that the light may not be interrupted as much. So let me go back to the camera. So what you can see with the setup of the light source and the reception or the receiver, is that the light may cross without any hinder. So what I need to do is put them a little bit in that way. So let's do that. First, stop the program, then this one there, and let's see if this happens. Whether this makes any difference or not. Looking at the screen, there's no 0 coming from it, so that's still not a complete solution. However, let's take a close look at how far the whole thing goes, because this is the position of the light. And yes, you can clearly see the shining light on the motor when in position. At least I hope you can see it. A little bit of help. There you go, and here you can see some light. So that it does give a 80 on screen. So although I only see it once now. So let's get back to the screen. So when looking at the screen, I will interrupt this a little bit. And then here you can see 800, which I've been waiting for quite some time. And previously nothing, and later on nothing either. So that is a little bit odd, because the 0 clearly means that it notices the change in the value of the light receiving transistor, which should be there. Let's look at the code. And that is an advantage, that the code is not very long. And the light is, let's see again, is the lens lamp. Digital 8 is the light receiving. Would it be better if I put it to 2? I doubt it, but let's see. Let's go. Now it takes obviously 2 seconds to stay there and not immediately return to the sonar direction. However, there's no 0 coming by, and then I mean here the 80 is 0. I want to see that. Okay, one manual aid to the carriage. Let me check the wire. The wire looks okay. That's a good thing. Wait a minute. Let me check if it is actually okay. You can see that I have the testing interface already. I open it. Yes, let's do that. We're talking about the lens lamp, which is output 5. So that would be this one. Yes. Fully open. Now it says 1 manually, and now it says it is 0. So let's put the motor on, and the motor is 2. Alright. Yep, there you go. And you say, fine, it's 0. The other way, it says 1. and now it's off. Okay, so I put it right where I want it. There's a little derailment. Okay, solved. Okay. 1. And this is, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is fine with me. And then, okay, let me put it again. And that goes. So this proves that it definitely does work. So let's get back to the program. It should give a 1 now. And it does. Again a little 8 for the carriage. There you go again. Why doesn't that? And it, here you can see sleep is 2. So let's make something different. Let's put this to 1 because the 1 I do know, and let's put this to 3. Just have a try. There's another thing I want to do. The motor. I want to change the motor speed to 7 and you 2, because here we have seen it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 it should be. Let's go for it again. Ooh, that's a big difference. That is a very big difference actually. Yes. Oh. There's still no 8.0 on it, but I will show you on cam. This is interesting. So, with a higher speed of the propeller, you can see that it moves better, but you can also see a complete shaking of the carriage. And here a derailment again. And every time it goes in the direction of the sonar, which is on this side, it looks like there is very swift instability of the carriage. And the faster the propeller goes, the heavier the shaking. actually I am worried about the fast propeller touching the lens cap, because the propeller clearly comes to this end. I clearly feel the propeller touching my finger. So right now it's a sinus that it follows, although it's a decreasing sinus, but it is a sinus. So I will turn it again. And talking about results, the desired 180 effect, being the light dependent transistor not catching light. I still don't see it. Well, not as often as I should. Oh, look at that. So, and I terminated at a distance of 14, and clearly this makes it 14. So higher speed, more risks, and possibly the need to put this even further away. Then again, let's see about this light. What happens if I with that light? Because that should burn if when that not the lens lamp but the other lamp should go, which is 1. And that should sleep for 3 seconds. But does it? Okay, let's focus on that for a moment. Oh, that is not going good. Okay, let me just okay, I need to fix the lamp. I really need to fix this lamp apparently. Because it doesn't do anything, I guess. What is this? It's just going here. This is all going well. So I need to check on the lamp. So with that lamp, and then of course I do mean the control lamp, which is set to output 1, which is here. So let me open the interface. Yes, that's good. Or is it open? Robo interface. Ah, that's a nice one. Open. What does it say? USB device. Robo interface. I'm fine. No such device, it says. Okay, close. No, no, I need this one. Yes, thank you. Next attempt. Yes, there we go. And then we have input 1, because this control lamp is set to input 1. And electrically there is nothing wrong with it. It absolutely shows bright as possible. So this means is there something wrong here? I don't think so, because here I say if not T-digital 8, and here is the 0, and let me see if I can check on that. Yes, I'm moving with my touchpad now. If you look in these columns, there's hardly an 8 0 is 0 coming by. Here there is one. Here there's none. Totally none. Here there is one. And this is really weird, because each time the carriage is at the opposite side of the sonar, it should give 1. And the fact that I don't see it go on here means that this condition apparently is not met. While I did check the interface that it works. So that leaves me with the question, why does it not work? I also put here sleep 3. Well, the 3 is for an obvious reason, it stays longer at that side, but even then apparently the light is not really blocked. And I'm taking a very good close look at it. I may have found a culprit, so let's go back to the camera. So what I notice is that one of these distance blocks may have to go. So let me take this away. And put it on again. And now when I look at it, now it really should block the light. So let's see if that indeed was the problem. Now I see an H0, and I want to see that much more often. A second, and now I see a third. Alright, go. Alright, let me change the speed back to 6 because it is shaking too much to my liking. And let's go with less speed. That gives a 0. That gives a 0. So and this gives a 0 as well. Yes, it does. Let me change the sleeping time from 3 back to 1 in case of the not digital 0. Let's do it again. And I've got a 0. No 0. And it still stays too long on the other side, but on the other hand I get zeros. Let's just see what happens. Yes, I get a 0. So this actually looks like what I want. And also this lamp is showing. Although not at the same time, so I may need to change the algorithm for it. But you can see it flashes now because there's a 0 showing. You can let me put it in. I hope I can put it in a way that you can see it. And there you can see the lamp flashing for just a second. But it does work. One more time. And yes, you can see the light. It's still blocked. So, with that shown, let me go back to the screen one more time. So, the speed has been set back to 6, as you can see here. the sleeping time for not digital 8 has been set back to 1 from 3, and here you can clearly see 80 and 80 and another 80, and that is now because it is derailed again. So let me put the touchpad on again. Let's go back, and here you see a lot of 80s again. So this means that it definitely works. The point is that due to the propeller? No, I think it is clearly due to the height of the motor attached to the carriage, because some of the oops, let me quit it, because there was some light going over the motor, being caught by the transistor, which caused the 8-0 situation rarely occurring. Now the motor is really blocking it, and you see the result, although here you see a result and here you don't. So let me go back. Here you see a lot more 8-0s. Here you see it, here you see it, and that is what I want to see. A lot more 8-0s. And with the 8-0 also the control lamp goes. That's exactly what I wanted. One thing I don't like is the rocking of the carriage when the propeller is set into the direction of the sonar. I don't know what causes that, but I don't like it, and I actually want to change that. I don't know how yet, but I will figure something out. So for now it's been an interesting experiment, changing the height, changing speed, checking wires, and so far it works. So for now, thanks for watching, and to be continued.